MOZA sells a wheelbase at $849, and they sell one at $529 that has the same motor technology inside it. That's the whole story here, and it's worth understanding properly because it changes what you should be buying. Let me be precise about the claim though. The R16 Ultra does not beat the R21 or the R25 Ultra. It can't. It makes 16 Newton meters, and they make 21 and 25. On raw torque and headroom, the flagships win straightforwardly. What the R16 Ultra does is remove the reason to buy them. Here's why. For about a year, MOZA's best piece of engineering lived only in those flagship bases, a zero-cogging flat wire motor. And that phrase is the entire point of this video, so let me explain it. Cogging is a faint, not cheap, steppy feeling some direct drive motors have when you turn them slowly, like the wheel is gently clicking over tiny bumps. It's a byproduct of how the motor is built, and it's the enemy of fine detail because it lays a texture over the wheel that the car never sent. Grain on top of the signal. You're trying to feel the front tire starting to let go, and the motor is adding its own little stutter underneath it. Flat wire construction gets rid of nearly all of it. Cleaner rotation, and the small stuff comes through without mechanical noise sitting on top. That's the thing you actually feel when you drive, not the torque number, the clarity of the signal. And as of this year, that motor is in a $529 base. The rest of it is serious too. 21-bit encoder, which is a bit over 2 million points of resolution per turn. The next-gen Force U1 algorithm. 600 megahertz processor, iRacing 360 hertz support, roughly 12% higher torque density than similarly sized rivals. So you get 16 Newton meters out of a compact housing that stays cool under long stints. So look at what the extra $320 to the R21 Ultra actually buys you now. 5 more Newton meters, that's it. Same motor family, same encoder resolution, same algorithm. You're paying $320 for torque, and for most people, that's the least useful thing on the spec sheet, because 16 Newton meters is already more than you need. Most people race GT cars and Formula cars, and for the casual sim racing enjoyer who is not chasing top 1% lap times, this is completely enough. The reason to buy 16 isn't to use 16, it's headroom. A base running at 60% of its capability behaves better than one running flat out. It holds detail cleaner and doesn't get flustered over a curb. You're buying the ability to never be near the limit, but that logic has an endpoint, and the R16 Ultra is sitting on it. Below it, you'll want more eventually. Above it, you're buying numbers. Worth a quick comparison outside MOZA too. The Simucube 3 Sport makes 15 Newton meters. The R16 Ultra makes 16, costs less, and comes with MOZA's entire integrated ecosystem. That's not me saying it's a better base than a Simucube. It isn't. Simucube still owns outright refinement, and their software is more mature, but the gap in raw capability at that price point has narrowed something most people would struggle to justify. Two honest things before you buy. This is not a beginner's base. If you're new, an R9 or an R12 is plenty, and you'd be paying for headroom you won't touch for a year. The R16 Ultra is for someone who's already passed their first base and knows they're staying, and buying it buys you into MOZA's world. Their quick release is theirs. Leave later and you're rebuying rims. Every ecosystem charges that, but be aware you're choosing a garden, not just a base. So the point, MOZA didn't kill their flagships by making something more powerful. They killed them by taking the one component that changes how a wheel feels and putting it in a base that costs 60% as much. The flagships still make more torque. They just stopped being the only way to get the good motor.